another example of dividing decimals. And our problem is 28.537 divided by 3.64. Now, as you can remember, the first step that we're going to want to do is identify the dividend and the divisor. So this number here is the dividend. And this number here is our divisor. Part 2, or step 2, we are going to take the divisor, 3.64, and move the decimal over until it's a whole number. So we have to move it over 2 times for it to give us 364. Step 3, we're going to take the dividend and we have to move the decimal 2 places to the right, just like we did for the divisor. And that's going to give us 2,853.76. And the last step is to solve the equation. So the dividend is the number that's going to go in the division box. The divisor goes on the outside. Now you may be thinking, where do I start? Off the top of my head, how do I know how many times 364 goes into 2,853? I'm going to give you a tip. So let's go back to our original numbers. Now, what we want to do is just round it up to the next whole number. So 28.5376. Now the number behind the decimal is 5. And remember, anytime the number behind the decimal is 5 or more, we're going to round it to the next highest number. So instead of 28.5376, let's round to 29. We're going to do the same thing with 3.64. The number behind the decimal is 6, which is higher than 5. Well, which is going to be, remember it's 5 or higher is when we round up to the next biggest number. So that's going to be 4. And we want to take 29 and just divide it by 4. And that is 7.25. Now for 7.25, we want to round this to the whole number. So 7.25, notice the number behind the decimal is 2. Because it's not 5 or higher, we're going to round to 7. 7.25 is closer to 7 than it is to 8. And that's how we know the first number we're going to have is 7. Now don't forget as well to carry this decimal up here. So we have 7 times 364, which we will put in our handy dandy calculator. And that's 2,548. We are just going to subtract that. And that is going to give us 305. And we're going to drag down this 7. So now we have 3,057. And we want to know how many times 364 goes into 3,057. So let's put in our calculator. 3,057 divided by 364. And that gives us 8.39. Is 8.39 closer to 8 or is it closer to 9? It's closer to 8, right? So we're going to put this 8 here. And we're going to multiply 364 times 8. That gives us 2,912. So we're going to subtract 3,057 minus 2,912. And this is going to give us 1,456. And we are going to take that 1,456 and divide it by 364. That gives us 4. So 364 times 4, let's put that in our calculator. And that is 1,556. I'm sorry, 1,456. And 1,456 minus 1,456 is 0. So we are left with our final answer of 7.84. And there you have it.